the Chiefs lost one game and they decided to go and get Le'Veon Bell in panic mode, I guess. The Jets, what was the point of getting Le'Veon? Like, they paid him so much money, they never used him.
Well, Adam Gase is, by the way, I hope by the time that this episode gets released, that we won't even have to be talking about Adam Gase anymore. Because the dude is quite, like, it's sad because, like, you brought him in, there's promise there, and, like, you know, I think that people try to brush off what he did with Peyton Manning because it's Peyton Manning, and I do think that in a lot of ways, like, he'll never get credit for anything he's ever done because they'll say Peyton Manning's the coach on the field. But damn, does he just look inept. Like, he calls, like, our friend Jacob Cooper is just sitting on a couch in frustration. It was that Niners game a few weeks back. And he's like, Adam Gase has called the same play, like, 7 times in a row. And Le'Veon Bell is obviously the victim of that because, you know, the way that the Steelers
I think he had,
him,
like, 3 rush attempts this year, or, like, 8 or something. He was single digits.
You know, injuries there, you know, obviously, like, he hasn't been on the field as much as he should have. But, like, the way that the Steelers used Le'Veon was a multifaceted threat where you have him as a receiver half the plays. Half the plays you have him, you know, he's the most dangerous running back in shotgun. Like, he's the most, just to have that available to you. He's a great blocker. Like, I think that the Jets are just obviously mishandling him. I think Le'Veon was more than patient with what was going on over there for the time that he was there. Adam Gase literally was like in the first, like, year of him being there was like, yeah, it's not my job to keep Le'Veon here. Like, you just, even though Le'Veon, we all know that when he's in the right situation, when he's being utilized in a creative way, that he's top 5 back in the league.
Every news report that comes out about Adam Gase is like some jaw-dropping thing. Like, they decided, like, they had like an internal talk about, like, should they change who calls the plays, and, like, they all agreed it should be Adam Gase. Like, I mean, everyone that works for Adam Gase talked and agreed that he was a good coach. Like, they're 0-5 or 0-4.
It's weird because everyone around him is, like, except for the players, everyone around him seems to think that there's something there that we can't see. And yeah, on one hand, I do think that I think he should just be a coordinator. I think he obviously has a football mind. I'm not going to say he knows nothing about football, right? But him as a head coach, it just doesn't seem to I don't think he resonates with his players.
I don't think players like him.
Yeah, I think he just loses the locker room.
You know, Devontae Parker is like a breakout star now.
Yeah.
There was 2 years on the Dolphins where he just wouldn't let him play. Like, he was a healthy scratch so many times to the point where Devontae's agent came out and was like, Devontae is healthy. This coach is just tanking this player's career. Like, please trade him or play him. And they played him, and now he's like a borderline Pro Bowler, and Adam Gase is losing games for the Jets.
No, it's. I think it has something to do with, like, players don't respect him. He's probably an asshole. Like, I mean, he does seem like the type. Yep. Like, and I think that just and obviously the NFL isn't the players' league that the NBA is.
Yeah.
But I think what's causing a lot more success nowadays is coaches that are, like, players' coaches that, like, you know, when in the film room, like, they can keep a loose vibe. They can, like, that's why, like, they can criticize and be criticized, and it's a good, you know, back and forth. And I think when players feel like that, they have this respect for the coach, but they can also see eye to eye as men. I think that's, like, been the more successful. If you think about in the past, who's won Super Bowls?
Just the Miami Dolphins. They go from Adam Gase to Brian Flores, completely different style of head coaching, and it's worked out great. Yeah, and
Brian Flores is a guy that people are going to respect, and I think Vrabel is, like, the perfect example. Like, he plays linebacker. Oh, he's so relatable. Such you know, a football guy. Yeah. And then people want to fight for that guy. They're okay doing, you know, whatever drill he wants him to, makes him do sprints or whatever, even though that he's, like, basically the same age. He's very young, but, like, that's the kind of relationship that they have, and I think that goes, like, a really long way. Adam Gase, aside from him having the eyes of a literal owl, like, he looks off-putting, he seems off-putting, he seems like he has a very caustic attitude, at least to the media.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's why this whole thing is, like, really shaken down the way it is.